For the Wisconsin ATV Association, I'm Adam Harden, and we're going ice fishing on Crystal Lake today. I brought my friend Shoey with me. Shoey, he's a professional ice fisher.
Hi, I'm a professional.
Yeah. Shoey uses an ATV to go out on the ice during his competitions. We're going to learn a little bit more about how he uses the ATV and some benefits that he has. Alright Shoey, let's see what you got in your machine. Can you go over your gear with us and a little bit more about your machine as well?
Absolutely. Alright, to mount the auger, Jiffy Pro 4 auger, I use just the fin grips. These are made by Copen. I know a couple other companies make similar ones. A lot of guys use a specialized auger mount, but these are sturdy enough to hold the auger, and they're low profile. They stay out of the way if you want to use the machine for other things other than ice fishing. I know I like to get mine out on the trails if I can, so I don't like to get too big and bulky. And then I have my GPS unit. It's also a chart plotter. Lets me know exactly where I am on the lake. Shows me a lake map. And I can store all my hot spots in there. Very useful on tournament day. I also use it for trolling across the ice. Helps me find fish fast. As we move back, main piece of gear on any quad for ice fishing that I recommend is a drop basket of some sort. It increases your storage space tenfold. Plus it gives you a multitude of tie down spots. It's all mesh, so you can get bungee cords or whatever kind of tie down you prefer. Just works great. Some guys use a bucket holder, other guys use a flat basket. I prefer the drop basket because it holds my bucket securely. On the side, I have rod holders. I don't use them a whole lot for travel, but just for short moves, and during the day when I'm not moving, I can just throw over the rods that I'm using in here instead of putting them in and out of the case all the time. And finally, I keep my rods in a rifle case, and just to support the weight of the rifle case, I have a couple of metal brackets bolted onto the drop basket underneath, and then just bungeed in place, and that doesn't go anywhere then when I'm traveling across the ice. Protects the rods, keeps them safe, keeps them from breaking.
What kind of machine is it?
I got a Kawasaki Prairie 360. Chose the machine. It's not real big, but I don't have to go real fast for ice fishing. It does have a full-size frame. They put a lot bigger motors in here than just 360, so it still has the ground clearance and the frame size that I need. And it's a four-wheel drive with a locking differential, so it's a pretty tough machine to get stuck. Helping get stuck, I also have tire chains on. Any kind of slush or deep snow helps you get traction, helps you plow right through it.
We've secured the auger to the machine using these handy lynx hooks. You can see that right there. What's nice about these hooks and tie systems is it has an elastic for the bungee, but it also has a standard strap which you can tighten, so you can get a nice tight grip on it and then make it even tighter, and it's going to flex around the elastic part of the hook. The hooks are also special because you can hook them together, so if one doesn't reach, you can always put two together and you got double the length. You can also hook 3 or 4 of them together to create a harness system. So that is real helpful, these lynx hooks, and then they have a quick release, so now you can take your gear off without having to undo your strap. Okay, so that's the setup we're going to use today. I'm riding a King Quad 750. It's back there. I have no fishing gear on there. That's what he's for. I just have the camera equipment. So we're going to head out on the ice and hopefully we'll catch 20 fish, 30 if we're lucky, right?
Yeah.
Okay, see you on the ice. Do most guys carry their rods in a case like that, a gun case?
It's becoming more and more popular. A couple years ago when we started out, actually, we were one of the first ones to do it. A lot of the tournament guys do it because it allows you to get a hard storage, especially for traveling and stuff like that. You don't break your rods. But more and more companies are catching on, and there's actually a lot of them now that are marketed as ice fishing rod cases. And all they are gun cases.
Alright, you'll want to check out your sporting goods store around your area or shop online for some gun cases, or if you want fishing rod cases, same thing. But you also want to make sure you get the mounts for your ATV. You can custom fabricate them, but I know there are mounts out there specifically designed for them. How's that basket working for you?
Oh, the basket works great. It's also nice too because it's only held on by 4 U-bolts. So if you want to take it off to do anything, you know, go blasting around trails where you don't want to lug your machine, it's a matter of removing 8 nuts and the basket comes right off. So it's really easy to put on and off. But it works great. It holds 3 5-gallon buckets, so I can get all my gear on here for an entire day of fishing without pulling a sled or anything like that if I don't want to.
Is it better than pulling a sled in your opinion?
I don't like pulling a sled if I don't have to, only because in a sled stuff goes flying around, you break stuff. You know, you got to tie stuff down even better on a sled. And on here it's all one, you know, it's nice and compact. You don't have a sled trailing behind you. I know the last term we were at, guys were breaking their sleds because the ice was so rough. So it was nice to be able to get everything on the quad and not have to worry about it.
How do you know when there's a fish?
Right now, if you look right at the bottom, it looks like there's a little flicker right on the bottom. This area has weeds, but the darker colors, the reds and the yellows, a lot of times those can be fish. The only way to find out is by dropping a bait down.
You know, back in the day before we had portable fish finders, it was pretty much just dropping a lure down or some bait and wait and talk and wait. What's your outerwear like today, Shoey?
I am actually wearing the Polar Fire suit by HT. I can honestly say this is probably some of the warmest gear I've ever worn. I've fished in 40 below zero already, and all I wear under this is my long underwear. Like, I have a sweatshirt on just so you guys don't see my underwear. I wouldn't even need it if I keep my coat on today.
Nobody wants to see that.
But no, it's super warm. Works great for fishing, ATVing, snowmobiling, whatever you want to do in winter. My boots are actually by Muck brand Arctic Pros. I think they're comfort rated with activity down to negative 160 degrees. With a good pair of socks, your feet don't get cold no matter what you're out in. Gloves, I just wear a heavy pair of gloves for riding, and then I have a pair of flip back mittens if my hands get cold while I'm fishing. But that about covers it. The lake drops off to about 60 feet behind us. Huh. But it is a majority, probably 15 to 25 feet flat, and all the shorelines here are real steep. But it's crystal clear, so we get weeds real deep. This is 20 feet and weedy here, which is normally good for panfish. But we just had a cold front come through last night with the snow that we got and everything, and I have a feeling that's slowing stuff down quite a bit.
What kind of lure are you using?
I'm using a little HT tungsten jig, tipped with a J&S custom plastic called the Ice Mite. You can find them online. J&S, his website is jndscustomjigs.com. He's actually been a very good sponsor for us over the past couple of years for our tournament fishing. He's got a multiple, I think 5 or 6 different products out there, and they're all just fantastic for panfish. Alright, nice little Sheboygan County crappie on J&S Versamite this time. He's being a little nipper.
What are you up to already? Is that 5?
This is 5 or 6.
5 or 6, yeah.
Bite's not real hot, but the quality's good. All these bluegills have been 8 to 9 inches long. Just nice solid fish. So a lot of fun, good eaters if you want to clean them, but I don't feel like doing that today. I know when I have fish, but
Yeah. Oh,
this is a baby one.
All right, after catching our 30th fish, we're about ready to call it a day. We may or may not take the long way back. Or just taking a long time to get back. Who knows?